540. I've got the RP inside. I got the white vehicle here. How you doing, sir?
What's up?
Officer Galliano, State Police. Who are you with?
Teal.
Do you have your identification card and everything? I'm sorry to bother you, but...
This guy's been following me. And so
I know who it is.
Okay.
So I understand you were slowing traffic down on the highway?
No.
You sure about that?
100%.
Can you go ahead and pull that out, please?
How you doing, sir?
Good.
What's your name?
In charge.
I'm in charge.
Sergeant.
Okay.
What's your name, sir?
Sorry.
Okay, sir, I was told that you were using your car like you were a police officer.
No. Well, you should have showed it, right? You're in my truck. I told you to show it in your truck. You're on private property right now.
You have your driver's license, sir?
No, I'm not giving it. You have that.
Okay, well...
I'm in charge of this right now.
Okay. We're in charge of what?
I'm charged of this property and other properties.
Okay, and that's fine. But over there on the highway, where you lit up cars and you were using your car like a police car...
There's no proof.
Okay, hear me out. I'm investigating something, right? And if you refuse to give me your driver's license, I can detain you and arrest you.
Okay, detain me then.
Okay. Turn around.
No.
Don't resist.
No.
Resist, man.
No.
Hey,
Knock it off. Knock it off. Let go. I haven't done anything wrong.
Hey, don't, man.
stop pulling away. Stop pulling away.
Don't do it.
Knock it off. Done anything wrong.
Well, then why are you resisting?
Now you're resisting arrest. Now you're resisting. Could have just gave me your ID.
I gave you ID.
Could have given me your driver's license.
I understand that.
All right.
Well, you know.
Do me a favor. You have any other weapons on you?
Well, mace.
Okay.
You guys mags.
Any other weapons, sir?
Mace.
Is that recording?
Yes.
Excellent. Is it recording on the highway?
No.
All right.
Because I get to hear my post.
Okay.
Don't move.
Well then, just stay here.
There's nothing in there. There's nothing else.
I still gotta check you.
Without gloves?
Yeah. I don't care. What do you got in
Where
there?
do you keep your cuff keys?
No,
You got cuffs? Where do you keep the cuff keys?
They're on my lawn. Ready to check this?
I mean, this could have gone a lot easier, man.
It was easier. I gave you my ID, and that's who it was. No.
I asked for your driver's license. You refused.
Yes, sir. Because I didn't break the law.
Yes, sir.
No,
You did.
sir. I didn't.
Okay, well, I was investigating you breaking the law.
Okay, but that's still not breaking the law, right?
Nothing else?
No.
All right, do me a favor. Have a seat here on the sidewalk.
No, I don't want to sit. I'd rather just stand.
Okay, well, you could sit in the back of a car or on the sidewalk.
I'll be sitting here.
Okay, then
I'm
sit
fine.
down. Sit down or in the back of a car.
Wait,
You pick one.
Can you two
Back of a
fix
car
this one?
or right here?
Can you fix this one real fast? My left. It's on my bone, just a little bit.
Handcuffs are not meant to be comfortable, man.
Man, I know.
Do you want to sit on the sidewalk or in the back of a unit?
How about if I lean against the unit?
You can sit on the sidewalk or in the back of a
But if I
unit.
just lean on a unit?
All right, back of the
Because I
unit.
have a bad back
All right.
from my rack.
Well, we'll be gentle.
You got to be gentle.
All right,
Okay.
have a seat.
All right.
Where can I get your driver's license?
It's in my wallet.
Where's your wallet?
Yeah, I got it.
You threw
Okay.
it on the floor.
All right, have a seat. I don't know why you want to argue with
I'm
us,
not, man. I didn't light up shit.
Okay.
He has no proof. I didn't light up anything.
Okay.
I was coming to work. Every time I come to work, I fucking clock in right here.
516 income.
That's all I do.
Just watching.
Yep.
New Mexico oil line, please.
He literally pulled over our captain.
No, well, he was trying to. Captain was on the highway, and this guy was lighting him up, like, "Hey, don't pass me. I'm a police officer." He's got no plate on his car, and it looks like he was trying to run away from Captain after he identified himself as a police officer. So look, he was backing up as Galliano pulled in. Let me talk to Captain. So, yeah. Well, he refused to give us his ID. I told him if he didn't give us an ID, he said I didn't commit a crime. He said, well, you know, we're investigating a crime, you impersonating a police officer. And he says, I'm not going to give you my driver's license. Because he did give me his ID, like his security guard ID. And I said, I need your driver's license. He says, I'm not going to give it to you. And I said, if you don't give it to me, I'm going to detain you. And he said, then detain me. So That's where that, and he's pulling away, whatever. You can articulate
Yeah.
resisting, but I don't know if we're going to be at that point. I will say, though, you did identify yourself as a police officer, and he was pulling out
so
when...
So he came up. So whenever he was over there, and I was just like, I was sure, like, I didn't want to make him, like, obviously I was tailing him all the way around the building.
Yeah.
So he knew I was following him. And it was like, once he got out over here, he was way over there. I stayed right here. That way it was obvious distance. Well, he comes up, and whenever he comes up in front of me, he turns on his lights again. And so I go to get out. Whenever I get out, his window's up, the dog window is down. Just that intimidation factor. He wants the dog to be going off at me. And that's whenever he rolled down the window. I told him, hey man, stop, whatever. And then like I told him, hey man, New Mexico State Police. That's whenever I identified myself, and he said, show me your badge. It's in my truck.
Yep.
I can't get it right now. Like, I'm letting you know verbally, I am New Mexico State Police. Go and stop. And he said, I don't care. And that's whenever I stepped in front of his car.
Yeah.
And he goes to start backing up. He almost went in the hole.
Yeah.
He goes to continue to back up. I told him, just stop. I have state police officers on the way. They're coming right now. And he refused. But the biggest issue is, like, and that was his whole thing. I'm on private property. The interstate wasn't private property.
You did that on private, or on a state highway.
And that's where I kept telling him, and he referred to, and he said he owns this. It's like, dude, I don't care. Like, that was the interstate. So traffic's backed up. He's causing me to back up because he's staying in the left-hand lane right at like 64, 65-ish. And I go to pass him on the right. As soon as I go to pass him, he turns on all of his lights, and that's whenever I see for the first time they have blue lights in his front visor. And then, so my initial reaction, because I was like bumper to bumper pretty much, back bumper to front bumper, is I hit my brakes and go to pull over. But as soon as I do that, he shuts them all off. It's like, okay, this dude isn't legit because he didn't have a plate in the first place.
Yeah, there was plates in the door. I don't know if you noticed that. It's hanging out the door.
I didn't see that.
Well, I'm going to run that in a second. I just saw it on the door.
Yeah, so as soon as he does that, then I back up. That's whenever I just stayed behind him the whole way. And once he realized I was staying behind him, and there was, you can't even say I was tailgating him because there was a black vehicle in between us, and he hits the lights again. Like, and that's whenever I can clearly see that his back window, it's not tinted, it's just dirty as hell, probably from the dog. And that's whenever I see the red lights in the back. And then he turns them off. Like multiple times, he's just like using that, his lights as like back away from me type of thing, like we do.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else?
Nope, that's
All right.
it.
So he started following me and started fucking getting close and getting close. I asked him to show his ID. He refused to show his ID. And so I started backing up. I don't know what his problem is. But he followed me, he tailgated me, and he decided to call you guys. That's it.
Okay.
So when he started coming up towards me, then I went towards him and saw what the problem is because you didn't know. He didn't identify himself. He didn't show his badge. He's shaking. That was it. Nothing more. I had nothing to worry about. So I backed up. And so when you guys stopped me, I didn't do shit wrong. It's just that when you ask for my ID, I haven't done anything wrong. So that's why.
So you're in detainment. We're talking to you. We're completing an investigation. We advised you we're completing an investigation.
Right.
At that point, you are obligated to provide.
Am I in this?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
Stay next to now. As a PPO officer, you should know that.
I do, but that's
So-
if I did something wrong, though. So
no.
I had a guy.
We didn't accuse anything. We
No, I
simply
understand
stated
that.
we simply stated we were completing an investigation.
Right.
We had just started. We need to identify who you are and
Okay.
who that is.
Well, I apologize then, and I.
And then
got
so then
fucked up.
yeah. So then when you refuse, my sergeant did advise you.
Okay.
You'll go in cuffs, right?
That's good.
At which point now you're in cuffs. So that's where we're at right now.
So this guy, as not saying that he's an officer of any kind, and he's shaking really bad. He doesn't show his badge. He says it's in his vehicle. I'm like, okay, well, go get it. He's like, I refuse. I'm not going to get it. I'm telling you who am I. Hey, you know what? He could have easily walked up to his vehicle.
Your radio, does that connect to you? Do you guys have your own personal dispatch?
We
or
do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you call for backup? Call for his
No,
request?
because
or?
right now there's only me coming in early
Are
to
you
here.
scheduled to work today?
I am.
So is there anybody at your dispatch center right now?
No, there's I guess like a lieutenant on duty or whoever it is.
Okay.
Okay, you understand the whole issue, right? And you understand completely who I am?
Well, you didn't show me your badge.
Yeah, that's...
It did
right
make
now.
a difference.
Yeah, right now is what I'm saying. You understand who I am and why I'm talking to you right now versus a normal victim would be over there, standing there completely. So do you understand who I am?
Now, once you show me your badge.
Okay, who am I?
Oh, not your badge.
Okay, who am I?
Well, you're state police now.
Yes.
But you didn't show that prior.
I didn't.
All right.
Yeah.
So we're good?
That's not necessarily good, but, you understand the issue. And like I said, the reason, as I'm talking to you right now, I want you to understand who I am. Okay, and you're obviously detained. Okay, so I am the captain of New Mexico State Police in Albuquerque.
Okay.
Okay, so you're 100% crystal clear. My name is Nicholas Carlson. Okay. The issue behind all of this is, like, you acted in a way that made me think that you were Bernalillo County Sheriff's Department whenever you were on the highway. That's the problem. So when I got to your right front headlight, you turned on your lights and tried to stop me. Okay, that's how I felt. That's why I immediately why I immediately moved to the right, and then you shut them off. So I'm like, okay, this is weird. Number one, dude doesn't have a license plate, and now he's turning his lights on at me. That's why I contacted the on-duty officer.
The on duty.
Okay. So, and then you continue to do this little evasive thing.
There's
okay?
no evasive. I'm not being evasive. This is my patrol.
Your presence here, the way you're dressed, your vehicle, all of that, on private property, just like you said. You own this private property.
Right.
Cool. Absolutely valid. Again, going back to the interstate, why did you turn on your lights on me?
I didn't turn on your lights on.
You turned on your blue front lights whenever I went to your right front.
I didn't.
How did I know they were blue?
I don't know.
Okay, cool.
There's shit all in there. So I don't know. If I did, I didn't know.
What you're doing right now, okay, by trying to...
As far as what?
As far as lying, okay, so I didn't turn on my lights, okay, so now number one you're doing is you're trying to make me out to be a liar.
I'm not trying to make you out to be a liar.
Just let me finish, okay, so what's going to happen...
So what do you want me to say? I turned on the lights,
I want you
and
to
then
be
we're
honest.
done?
I want you to be honest.
I don't know I turned on the lights.
Okay.
Because I have shit all on there. It's no different than sometimes my mic coming on by
And
me
man,
bending.
you can
So
play-
you know what?
you can
I'm not
play the
playing.
minimize game
I'm not
all
playing
you
any
want, bro.
game.
Like
I'm not playing any game.
That's exactly
I
what
would
you're doing.
lie. I wouldn't lie at all. Just wouldn't lie. I have no reason to lie. I have nothing to lose. You know what I mean? Well, actually, I do have a lot to lose if I lie.
You do,
But,
yeah,
you know,
because you're impersonating a police officer.
That would be
and you
if I
understand
was, yes.
whenever you take your oath and whenever you are. Can you take this off? It's obviously
Get
making
up.
him extremely uncomfortable. I don't think
Stand
it's
up.
a threat.
Put this hand on your head when I take it off.
Relax. Look, if it came on, then I apologize. But a lot of times, I don't know that it's coming on. If you look at it, it's in the center.
Man, you're putting your
My cup is
integrity in
there.
the trash, bro. Like
I'm not trying to put integrity. I
You are.
have integrity.
So-
So you want me just to say, own up to say,
I want
the
you to
lights
be
on?
honest. Because this crap about accidentally, like I hit a bike, bro. I've been
It
doing
does
this for
happen.
22.
I understand that.
22 years, man. 22 years. So the whole thing of I accidentally turned on my lights, it doesn't apply. And whenever you try and associate it to a mic that you can hit with your chin, like it's silly because I've hit my mic. Okay.
Yeah.
I've hit my mic a million different times.
No.
But
Okay, go ahead.
that's completely different from whenever you reach down with your hand. It's probably on your console someplace down
No.
here.
It's in
Where's
the-
your red light?
It's in the center, next to where my cup is.
Okay, so for the fact that you turn them on at the exact time that I get to the right front to pass you and make me believe that with that positioning, you're stopping me, and then all of a sudden they turn off whenever I go to pull over, whenever I'm like, oh shit.
Okay, so I'll tell you. So when I hit the lights, can I show you?
as long as you don't. Okay,
I'm not going to sit here and lie. Can I show you?
yeah, let's show me. Just what I'm saying is,
Check
don't
the car
release your
first.
dogs because the last thing that I want is my officers to have to shoot your dog.
Is there any weapons in the vehicle?
So I move this, and when I'm driving, I try, this thing rolls, so I try to hit. And it's not the only time it happens, because I put my giant up there, sometimes it hits. And then I gotta turn my shit off. Even when I hear, I'm not fucking 9! Hey, nuts!
Yeah, Sam, what?
I don't know.
Take a picture of this console.
Your gas cam work?
No, man, this is in my car.
Take a picture of the console, please.
I have, I'm
You
retired.
have a reason to, because you turning on your lights on the interstate versus you turning on your lights here,
Two different things.
two completely different things.
Yes.
One you're impersonating a police officer,
Yes.
one you're not.
Yes.
Okay? So that's your reason to lie. And it's okay. Like,
It's
but
not okay.
You can continue to do it. It's just part of our job. We deal with people all the time that choose to take
Right.
this position, whether it's this one or this one,
Right.
okay, and kind of cross that line. Do I understand it? Are you trying to control the flow of traffic just like you're trying to control crime here? I understand it, but you don't have the legal authority to do it as a
I do not.
So
Period.
that is why you understand that and why you would lie. But like I said, how all this plays out in the long term is determined by your actions, your statements, everything like that. And you can admit it, we can deal with it, like move on, or you can continue to play this little game of accident low, cup hit it, and whatever.
Honestly,
but it's
I'm
okay.
I'm not trying to play a game. If you want me to admit it, then I'll admit it.
I want you to.
I'm telling you,
the truth.
I am speaking the truth.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. Do you have any questions for me?
I have no questions, sir.
Okay. Do you have any questions for these officers?
You guys okay?
So I have some stuff. Hey, man, next time law enforcement comes up to you, have you ever been a police officer?
Well, I was an LA County Sheriff for 18 months, and I quit because I didn't want to do jail time, and I only had a few months left to retire from the Army, because the last 14 years I was a Green Beret.
Okay. The reason I'm asking is because when I ask for your ID, typically we want your driver's license, right? I understand you gave
Right, but I
me your
gave
property
you
ID.
property.
We need your driver's license. It has the numbers on there so we can identify you.
Right.
I don't know what the point was in refusing or asking me to detain you in lieu of doing that, but just so you know, I can charge you for that if I choose to.
Okay.
Secondly, the pulling away from us as we're trying to detain you, you know what that's called? It's called resisting arrest. I don't know why you would think to do that. I don't know why you would think to get in more trouble. You know what I mean? Next time law enforcement comes up to you.
Honestly, it was probably just out of a habit. Not resisting you guys, but where my line of work was,
I mean, clearly you can
it
see
just came back.
you got 3 marked units coming up. I'm clearly in uniform.
I only saw one. And
Even
it's
still-
the first one that came up.
Even still, when you were resisting, you were standing there, I was standing there, you were looking that way. You see that, you know this one's here, and there's 3 police officers in front of you, including him who's already identified himself as a police officer,
Right,
even though he's
but
not
the
wearing a uniform.
No, it's not even that he wasn't wearing a uniform. It was that he didn't get his ID at the moment, and he was shaking.
And I understand-
So how many people that I've dealt with here that are shaking when they're confronted.
I get the
And so,
confusion. Go ahead.
He could have, and I'm not blaming, but he could have said, hey, you know
You
what?
were in Special Forces for how long?
14 years.
14 years. Okay.
Out of
so
28.
Before somebody goes into any part of a combative situation, what does their body naturally do?
Shakes. Depends on the person, though.
Exactly.
But it depends on the person.
The difference is the more combat that you have, like violent combat, okay? I was unarmed, you were armed, okay? My body dumped a shitload of adrenaline because it was naturally preparing for fight, just like you said. So you can play that game again. Don't minimize what you're like or justify.
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to
doing,
justify it. It's just
you're doing good for the community by lying. it's like, it's taking your credibility and it's destroying it.
I understand.
Man, like, understand that. Like, you're doing good.
Right.
Quit lying.
Right.
Be a good person.
Right.
You're
and
on
that's
the
what
right path.
and that's what I talked to Pete Costellas, because he went to high school with my wife, and he told me.
Pete Casetas?
Yeah.
So, like, chill out. Don't try and justify your actions.
Okay.
In any way, shape, or form.
Okay. Are we good?
No, you're actually going to be, I'm not charging you for resisting or concealing ID. However, we are charging you for impersonating a police officer. We're going to write you a citation.
Okay.
There's going to be a report. You have a court date, all that stuff. Officer Powers getting that ready for you right now. He'll bring it to you and he'll explain it to you in a minute. It is a full misdemeanor, just so you're aware. Mm-hmm. And just to clarify, you can use your lights and your authority here in the parking lot.
Right.
Wherever your private property that you're contracted to be. If you're on the highway, you're in the city of Albuquerque, you're somewhere you're not supposed to be, you are not a police officer.
Correct.
You cannot do that. If you would like to become a police officer, we're hiring.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great. But until then, you need to use your authority correctly. Also, I have a question. Why'd your license plate in your door?
I don't know. Not my vehicle.
I mean...
I understand what you're saying, but, you know, I just got the vehicle. So, I'm the one
Up at a
cleaning
lot or
I'm
in
the
his
one.
house, or
I'm sorry?
where do you pick it up?
I take it home. So they gave it to me to take it home because I have
When did they give it to you?
2 weeks ago.
So you've been driving it for 2 weeks and you noticed that
No.
there was a license plate
It was
your
in the
door?
trunk when I put my gear in it. And so I put it in there. And I haven't put it in.
Where does the
put it
license
on.
plate go if it's going to be on the road?
Yeah, I know where it goes.
Okay. So you knowingly moved your license plate from the trunk to your door. When did you do that? You've been driving it a week on the interstate. You live in Los Mountains?
I do.
So you've been driving on the interstate for a week.
So even if it is a company's car, you're responsible for that car, the registration, the insurance, and all that stuff. Doesn't matter whose car you're driving, you're supposed to have that stuff, right?
I guess so, yeah. As far as that.
Yes.
As far as the company, I wasn't sure. But personal vehicles, yes.
Well, essentially, it's a private company. It's not a government agency, is it?
Even government agencies have
They
to
have
have
to have the
license.
G on it. Right. And
Did
that's
they
why I
just call me?
questioned them.
I didn't.
5160 calling?
So once we give you the citations, everything else, obviously we can't put your weapon back in the backseat because of your dog.
Just wait till you guys leave.
Yeah, if you don't mind, is that the key to the trunk? Is there anything in the trunk I need to be concerned
My
about?
long rifle.
I'm not going to pull anything out. If you're okay, what I'll do is I'll put all your weapons, magazines, everything else in the trunk. Once you leave, you're welcome to go ahead and bring them back right to condition, okay? So I'll wait for another officer to step over here first. Go ahead. Good?
Actual court date?
Yep. It's a first appearance court date.
There'll be a phone number and everything on there for the court. I have the address and time.
Just call them and make sure, like, whatever it is. Because what will happen if you don't show up, like, you'll get a warrant for your arrest. Like,
So, they'll if we don't do first appearances, that's up to the person that goes. We do the second, we do the second hearing, but for the most part, we don't do first initial appearances. But it'll be a Wednesday at 1:30. And he'll explain it all to you. It has all the information on the bottom for you. Yes.
Actually, once we're done with this, maybe we'll...
Yeah. You have any questions?
No questions.
give him his IDs back.
Yeah, everything is in the trunk, along with your watch, your wallet,
I think Power had his
mace,
IDs.
your magazines, everything, and one set of your cuffs.
Powers, do you have his IDs?
Yeah, I do. Sir, there's your copy. There's your IDs. Do you understand what you need to do?
I do. Call.
It's on the bottom part,
Very last.
right here. Address, phone number, and date and time.
Yeah, dude.
Okay, so that is the thing. Okay, got it. All right, gents. Guess that's it.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
Sir, like I said, next time, make it easier. We don't have to put you in handcuffs. We did not have to do that. Could have just talked like normal people, just like we are now.
Sometimes my wife doesn't say I'm normal.
What's that?
Sometimes my wife doesn't say I'm normal. Well, my ex-wives. Not wives.
Have a good day.
All right.
You have a good one.